Just a couple of hours ago, Britain was ultimately promised a referendum on ditching the EU. This coming from David Cameron, the Prime Minister, and his highly anticipated and long-awaited speech. Let's get more perspective on it now, on Cameron's possible exit referendum from the British side of things. Let's speak to Mr Paul Nuttall, MEP from the UK Independence Party. A pleasure to see you today. I'm sure you are having a very close watch on Mr Cameron's speech. In fact, we all know, you and I have spoken in the past, you have little love for Britain's membership of the EU. Now you've got a referendum on the schedule, or hopefully perhaps on the schedule. Are you satisfied?
Well, I think firstly, Rory, we must say that Cameron has only given this speech because of the strength of UKIP in the polls at the moment. We're polling around 14 to 15%. So in effect, we forced him into a corner because 10 years ago, nobody was talking about Britain either leaving the EU or really a referendum. And it's a testament to the hard work of UKIP members that this is now on the agenda. However, what I will say is I think this is an attempt by Cameron to kick this issue into the long grass. We're talking about a referendum 5 years down the line, and it's all dependent on whether he wins the next general election or not. And we know that if you look at the polls today, it's showing quite clearly that Cameron will struggle to win that election. So I do think that this is an attempt to kick it into the long grass. And quite frankly, this man has lied before on referendums. He gave us a cast iron guarantee that we would have a referendum on our membership on the Treaty of Lisbon. He went back on that referendum pledge, so I don't think he can be trusted on this issue.
There are certainly many, Mr Nuttall, that say that he's been trying to appease many different parties on different levels with his speech here. Many also saying that you just mentioned a moment ago that he's pushed this so far down the line now that although the speech was relevant, perhaps the action may seem too far postponed. Let's talk about reaction so far. European reaction seemingly relatively similar, that you can't pick and choose what policies to follow. I mean, isn't that a legitimate point, don't you think? Why should Britain get special favours?
Well, look, the point is that renegotiation is going to be nigh on impossible. We've had Herman Van Rompuy, the President of the European Council. You've had José Manuel Barroso. You've had Schulz, who's the President of the European Parliament. You've had the Dutch Prime Minister. The list can go on of all of these people who are saying that Britain cannot cherry pick. And what we're saying is give us that referendum and give us it now. We haven't voted on this issue since 1975, and what we voted on in 75 was about trade. We didn't vote on a parliament, a flag, an anthem, embassies, because this is becoming a European superstate. It's not what we want. It's not where we want to go. And if you're under 54, you haven't had a vote on this issue. I mean, look, Rory, I wasn't born last time a vote was taken on this issue. My generation deserves a right to vote, and let's get it out the way. Let's not have any of this uncertainty over 5 years, and renegotiation will start after 2015. Let's have that referendum in this Parliament, and let's do it in 2015.
All right, well, what about David Cameron, though? He's ultimately caught trying to keep both Eurocrats and Eurosceptics at bay. Can he still placate the two, do you think? I mean, is there a common solution?
I think that the common solution would be to hold a referendum in this Parliament, and then Britain, the public in Britain, will have the opportunity to vote on this issue. And I think we should vote no. I think we should come out, because Britain would be a stronger nation outside the European Union. Yes, let's trade with our European partners, be friends with them, but what we don't want is to be dictated to by Brussels, which in effect initiates 75% of the laws of this country. All we want in UKIP is for those decisions that affect this country to be taken by our democratically elected representatives at Westminster. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Paul Nuttall, MEP from the UK Independence Party. Many thanks indeed for coming on the programme.
Thanks, Rory.
Thank you.